Welcome to an all-new weekly gripe. Sorry I've been gone for a minute. I usually do weekly gripes right here on my YouTube channel, but because of personal some and a few mechanical things, I wasn't able to get it out. But now I'm back, not going anywhere, along with more office corners, more other things we got going on. You're about to see a lot more things, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So I'm back now. For those who are new, who don't know what my weekly gripes are, they're my weekly video blogs where I give my opinions on things throughout the week. And, I offer them clarity to where I may not, I give my opinion, but I also offer clarity. I'm not trying to change your opinion on anything. I'm just giving you another way to think of something. So, my gripes typically consists of four things, which can expand anytime soon. Number one, relationships and family. I talk about relationships, the male-female relationship, the married relationship. I talk about men. I talk about women. I talk about black men. I talk about black women. Sometimes I talk about our children. Anything that goes on within the family or the human dynamic that kind of gripes me or something I want to talk about, I'm going to discuss. Next, I'm definitely heavy into the political. A lot of people that know me know where I swing politically, but I'm also an across the aisle guy. Um, I'm also the type of person is I'm going to debunk any lies or whether it's on either side. I'm also going to offer receipts, and you're going to definitely get my opinion. And I do sometimes they do get a little bit angry, and you may not like what I have to say all the time. But again, I'm just going to be another way to look at something, not trying to change your mind. Next, I talk about business issues, things about business, small business, things that hamper your business things that are on the news, things that affect the writing community, things that may affect our community, things that may just affect different things at different times in the business community. Finally, anything in the news. A lot happened last year, and I hate that I wasn't able to talk about any of it, but lots going on this year because, again, this is an election year. But there's a lot of other things going on. I am definitely jumping on. Also, a lot of things going on social media, things like that. Sorry, but you're going to have my 2 cents on all of that. So get ready. But whatever catches my attention, I'm going to talk about. Why am I doing this? Good question. As an author with a journalism background, I love sharing my opinion. While my take may be different from yours, I just like to give you again a fresh opinion. You don't have to agree. You can always put in the comment section as long as you're nice. I don't do the angry comments or any of that, and I will answer a lot of you if you do have questions or you want to challenge me on something. I will answer that. But see, at the end of the day, especially with a lot of my political gripes, I'll be offering a lot of resources and receipts to support any research that I have. But see, with that said, I want to talk about today's weekly gripe, which is highly important, which is more of a personal one that I've always been wanting to discuss. Um, I want to first talk about the term selfish. Selfish is always a negative term, but it can sometimes be misconstrued negatively, but can also be positive. Why positive? Because you've been told all your life, don't be selfish, don't be selfish. I mean, you're going to always be generous. But when it comes to your time, sometimes your health, your walk with God, however, you're going to have to be selfish. And, and sometimes that's warranted. We'll also talk about how we're being held back from our success because we're not being selfish. And it's usually either a what or a whom that sets us back, even if it's us personally. But a lot of times, even when it's us, there's an enabler. And again, what or whom, situations or people. So let's get into it. We never talk about our guilt. It doesn't matter who causes the guilt, what causes the guilt, but the guilt sets in when we're trying to do something that we want to do. I mean, sometimes every once in a while, I mean, and I'm going to get into it later, but we get a lot of situations that stops us. Like, for example, these weekly gripes sometimes. Sometimes I'll feel guilty. We all do, but the time had to get in. We have to market ourselves. We have to market what we're doing. And these weekly gripes help me market what I'm doing for me and my authors and my team. So just thought I'd let you know that. It doesn't matter where you run your own business, write books, going back to school, working on a personal project. There will always be situations or people who attempt to stop or delay the success that you're working on. There's always going to be something. So, and whether it be legit or not legit, there's always going to be something. It's just going to be up to you to handle it however it is you're going to handle it. And I'm still going to help you out here. Um, Mainly the guilt doesn't start when you announcing the good news. I'm writing a book. I'm going back to school. I'm fixing up this house. I'm going to start a bit things like that. It's never at the start. And it's definitely never at the end when the success actually comes in and everything. It's always during the work involved, which a lot of people don't understand that the middle part is what is the problem. Because we live in a microwave society to where everyone claims they have the secret to success, the secret to getting rich, the secret to getting from point A to point B, not realizing it takes A time, it takes B work, and you might not get rich, but you may get comfortable, but you may get to a financial point where you're comfortable. And see these are things that not everyone understands unless you're actually working in the industries that you're working in. People outside the industry have to sometimes watch you to see what's going on. Or you may have to explain that, hey, this is the work involved. It's gonna take a minute. Not gonna get there tomorrow, might not get there next week, definitely ain't gonna get there in 2 weeks, but I will get there. If you personally don't take the time to implement your gifts and to learn your gifts and to make your gifts better, in other words, you don't get better unless you work at it. You don't improve on yourself unless you work at it. People work on their craft, their music, their writing, um, they're working on cars, working on house. You don't get better until you continue to work at it. And I got a billion friends who are entrepreneurs who do great at their work. And think about they do well because they work at it every day. They take time out to work at it every day, and they hone their skills to the point where they garner a reputation of working hard and making sure that people see how hard they're working, and they bring out quality merchandise every single time. I'm an author. I'll give you an example from the writing work of how sometimes we can be distracted. You have a book, basically an idea, it's usually an idea or a plan, what your book is going to be about, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. You plan your book idea, whether you're an outliner or a pantser. And for those that don't know, a pantser is someone, I didn't know what to write, so I sat down and wrote it type of guy who where you're going to still write out the book, but the book dictates itself as to how you write it. There's no right or wrong way to write a book, but those are just the two different ways. But whether you're setting up your characters, doing research, or whatever the case may be, it has to be done. And there's even work before you start the books. And that has to be done because if you don't do that, then book may not come out right. To give you close to home example. You have a dishwasher, but you still have to rinse a lot of the gunk off the dishes. Because if you put the dishwasher there with all that baked in junk, you're still gonna have gunk by the time you finish those dishes. You would have wasted water, you would have wasted time, you wasted a lot of stuff, but you could have been doing something else. But now you're gonna have to now get the gunk off and then put the put them back in the dishwasher. You got to do the work. You got to take the time out. Now remember, I just said all this is even before the book is written. Now we got to write the book. Writing the book is going to take a minute. I'm sorry. I mean, writing the book is going to take between, as a matter of weeks to a matter of months, sometimes even a year. Depends on the type of book you write. Depends on how deep the book is. Depending on whether you need to add chapters, whether you need to, people who are character-driven books, who go by the basis of the characters, who add them. It just all depends on your craft, how long it's going to take. Then more work comes. You hire an editor. You go back and forth arguing with that editor, writing, rewriting, um, formatting, and then next thing you know, you have to get a publisher or you're going to self-publish. And then, so that whole thing could take at least a few weeks to a few months to a year to get that together, depending on how long everything is. That's the work involved. So yes, it's going to take a lot of time to work on one project. The problem doesn't lie in the work itself, especially if you have a work-life balance. Because if you, to explain, I'm not speaking to people who will ignore their family just to get something done. Work-life balance means, in other words, you make time for your day job, house cleaning, paying bills, personal activities. I hope you're just not sitting up there not contributing to bills and trying to be a writer all day. Unless your family can afford that, or unless your family understands that, they're going to have to take the brunt of the bills. But you still have to spend time with your family. You still have to contribute in some way. Dishes, house cleaning, personal activities, taking the kids out, taking your spouse out, taking your significant other out, whatever. You'd have to make sure you have a good work-life balance. Make sure you have a good social life. Make sure your friends don't see you. Make sure your friends see you enough to the point where they're not calling the police because they haven't heard from you. You know, the work-life balance. That as long as you do that, you should be good. It's only when someone interferes with that balance if there's a problem. See, that's where we have problems with. See, other people can cause you to feel guilty for spending time on your second career, even though you spend time with them, even though you pay bills, you work, you do other things. You have to take time out for your success if you want to be successful. Because I promise you, and I'll say this many times throughout the gripe, the rewards will the rewards will make life so much easier. Basically, again, like I said before, the only time this becomes a problem is during the work phase when the work was being done. Some will wonder if someone actually will ask you, if what you do is so easy, why does it take you so long? Why does it take you so long to write a book if you can write a book? I read your last book. How long did it take? And I will tell you, my last book took a few months because I was trying to get it right. When I edit my clients' books, it takes a couple of months to make sure everything is right. I have to make sure everything is good. I'm not going to just throw a book out there willy nilly and say, here it is. And next thing you know, we get reviews back saying that well, it's poorly edited and poorly formatted and this and that. But see, I'm a smartass. So if you ask me why does it take so long, I'll probably tell you the same reason a house isn't built in 30 minutes. Same reason you can't rebuild a transmission in 30 minutes. The same reason most things don't take 30 minutes. In other words, when you're ready to accept the time it takes for something you want, take that time. Don't worry about no one else. you know, they're gonna be okay. If they don't want to be your friend anymore, fine. They don't want to be out with you anymore, fine. But definitely beware of jokes disguised as sarcasm. I've been there too. Beware of folks that make you feel guilty for taking time for yourself, especially when you take your time out for them. But as far as these jokes go, Henry's writing a book, and see, I used to make the mistake in my younger years as to what I'm writing a book about. Yeah, Henry writing the book, and it's about this, and it's that, this, that, now, I'm just supposed to sit up here and take that, you know. So, and again, I'm a smart ass, but I do have sort of a temper which I do need to work on. Cause I'll go off on you in a minute and just say, and just leave you where you stand. So, you know, be careful who you tell your business to. Be careful for jokes disguised as sarcasm. Also, never let anyone downplay what you're doing. They'll also do that. Because when they downplaying what you're doing, like, oh, he writing the book, and we all writing the book. Yeah, I write checks. I guess it makes me a writer. I just signed I just signed my name on this. I just signed my name to get my medicine. I guess I'm a writer. I just signed my name at Applebee's, because I paid with a card. Don't let people do that to you, and never let people compare what they do to something you do creatively, because once you do, once you get trapped up in that web, you're gonna definitely feel as if, not always, but you're gonna definitely feel as if, why am I doing this? Now, let me take a step back, and nothing, nobody's gonna hear from me for a year, and then you're gonna keep having to reinvent yourself. But see, when people do that, either they're not doing anything for themselves and they want you to be just as miserable as they are, or they're living their best life now and going to wear themselves out and going to expect you to kick in once your success kicks in. But the problem is, you had so much to say when I was doing the work, and now that I'm at this point, now you want to be my friend? Now you want to hang with me? And I don't think so. So you got to pay attention, because, and I'm telling you, doing the work sometimes is a lonely ass thing, but doing the work is worth it. Trust me. I guess I'll say this. Toward the end of your journey, I finally see you for who you are. And that puts me, see, we used to be on the same level. But I never treated you any differently when I was on my journey. And they're gonna now say, oh, now that you've done this, you don't be bothered with no one. No, because I'm still gonna be bothered with friend A, B, and C, those that kept pushing me on, and and hey, how'd that book coming? And keep doing what you're doing, don't give up. I still have time for them. It's your ass who had the jokes, and how long it's gonna take you to write that book and all this. It's you. I'm not gonna have problems with. It's you that's gonna be the one I'm going to say, no, I'm good. Oh, you think you're better? I guess I am, because I'm better than someone that will sit up here and put another person down who's actually doing something. You got to remember, you're in control of your destiny, not them. And a few things you got to remember while you're on this journey. Don't let them tell you you're just playing on the computer. Don't let them tell you you waste your time just because the time you're taking is not on their schedule. Never let them compare you to others who are much farther than you are, because your time is coming. And definitely don't let someone make you feel guilty because you chose your dreams over what they wanted. Whether it's, well, we're supposed to be doing this, we're supposed to be doing that. Well, why can't we do this after? Or my tastes have changed. I mean, there are things that I want to do. You know, People have a right to change their mind and not feel guilty about changing their mind about things they want to do. See, because once you allow someone to do that and they actually get into your head and then you stop doing it, next thing you know, it's 10, 15, 20 years, and you're still back at square one having the same argument with the same people. And I want more for you. Again, I have a lot of entrepreneur friends. A lot of them I'll go out here, I'll make commercials for free, and I don't mind promoting other people. I don't mind promoting other authors. I don't mind promoting people. I love my people. I'm going to start patronizing their businesses, things like that. You just don't know. This year, you're just going to see a lot of different things because I'm doing well. I want to see everyone do well. One of my biggest goals as an author since I got published 25 years ago is I want to see us all make it on the bestseller list. I want us all to be there. We're going to get there too. I mark my words, we're going to all get there. But there are times you're going to have to separate yourself from those driving you away from your dreams. Whether it's that relationship, whether it's that friendship, whether it's that family member. Um, in relationships, you got to watch people who don't encourage you when you're in the middle of your success. You got to watch people who try to stop you from your success, make you feel guilty because you're working on your success, despite the fact that you're taking care of family, you're taking care of bills, you're taking care of kids, you're you're doing household chores, you're doing your part. So never, ever keep someone in your life that's going to not let you do the work. Thank you for watching my weekly gripe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X. I almost called it Twitter there for a second. X, LinkedIn, as well as Pinterest. I'm on all those, and the links will be right here at the bottom of the screen. At the bottom of my face of my YouTube channel page, because you can always catch me right here at my YouTube channel at HD Camel at HD. You can 3, 2, 1. You can always catch me on my YouTube channel at HD Television. Stay tuned because we're gonna have a new Office Corner coming next week. We're going to have specials, more weekly gripes, more political gripes. Oh, and definitely catch me over on TikTok. I'm doing a lot more TikToks now. So thank you. Again, stay tuned for more. And from now until we meet again, let your writing fuel your spirit, and God bless you.